Hey guys, it's great to see you. So today we're going to be focusing on realism in Assetto Corsa by installing and running a fantastic app called Crew Chief. Now some of you may have seen this or heard about it, a lot of you won't be using it, I do know that. So I'm going to give you an install guide, where to get it from, how to get it up and running, and show you what it does actually in the races, and it is fantastic. As ever guys, if you are new here, it's great to see you, I'd love to have you on board. So if you do like Assetto Corsa or all kinds of sim racing, clicking on that subscribe button really helps me to grow the channel. And if you haven't seen yet, do check out the channel because there are lots and lots of videos on how to get the best out of Assetto Corsa with guides and tutorials. Okay then guys, let's jump right in. So what is Crew Chief then? Well, Crew Chief is effectively a virtual pit crew, which is your chief and then a spotter that talk to you throughout the race as your normal pit crew would if you were racing for real. So your spotter is telling you things like what flags have come out, what's happening on the track around you, if there's been crashes, if there's any accident around you. The chief is actually giving you information on the car, on your lap times, on all the things that you would need and you would normally get through your earpiece. So this is fantastic for creating realism in the game, and this also works with a number of different games. This app is actually configured to directly interface with the game that's running on top of it. So we're running it on Assetto Corsa, so it works with all the Assetto Corsa games, Automobilista and Automobilista 2, Dirt Rally 2, F1 2018 to 20, Formula Truck, GTR 2, iRacing, Project Cars 1, 2 and 3, Race Room, R Factor 2, even Richard Burns Rally and Stock Car Extreme. So you can see you can use this with all your favorite sim racing games. So if you do like this, follow this configuration setting for Assetto Corsa and see how it works with the rest of your library. Let's jump into the configuration then. The first place to start then is Crew Chief Forum, and I will put the link in the description below. So this is your one place to download the app, and that's the link at the top there, and I'll just show you that running in a moment. And it's also got a number of FAQs and forum pieces that tell you how to get the best out of Crew Chief. So Crew Chief works with a number of different games, and I will go through those a little bit later on. So let's start at the beginning then and just download the actual starter file. So this is the starter file here, so clicking on there, it's only a 6 MB file and OK, and that's a file that will run in a moment, and I'll show you how that sets up and installs. There is a comprehensive FAQ here with lots of different questions. So when you first get this running, and I must say I got it up and running really quickly and it was so easy and user friendly. If you've got any specific questions, this is probably your first place to go. So do have a check in there. Also down here, as you can see, you've got the Discord channel and you've got a change log where you can see all the new features, and we are on version 4 at the moment. I know some of you may have used this in the past, but it feels like there's been lots of updates in the last 12 months on this particular application. Looking down the forums, we've got voice packs, we've got different names and personalizations, and I'll show you how they work in a moment. And then at the bottom you can see the specific forums for each of the different racing games. And now obviously we're going to use it on Assetto Corsa, but for instance Dirt Rally 2 this works absolutely fantastic with as well. Running the setup file then, the small 6 meg setup file, this is your standard install fare that you will see on most applications. So we're going to accept those pieces of information there and click on next, and you see this is installing onto my main C drive. It's important you understand where it's going to install if you're going to install further sound packs in the future. Now that we've clicked install, it's just going to do a few system checks and then it will get us up and running through this setup process pretty quick. There you go. So all we're going to do here is say yes, and that's installed. Great. So we're just going to launch it straight from this setup file too. So loading Crew Chief, and here we are. Now that we're on the main screen, let's just open that up a little bit and bring it to the center of the screen. The first thing to do is that you need to update the sound packs, the personalizations and the driver names. So these 3 green boxes here all need to be pressed. So I'm just going to press the first one there, and you can see that's actually downloading from the servers and it's installing those packs. So when you download the first part of this setup file, it's only the setup file, it's not the full piece. The next one I'm going to click on is the driver names, and I've just fast forwarded a little bit here just to see what happens when that gets to the top. It will then start to install those, and you'll get a few little dots going on there, so don't worry, this is all kind of normal, and it's downloading all of the sound files into the background of the app. Just while these are completing, I did mention at the beginning that there are different personalization and sound packs that you can download. So it's worth checking through the forums or on Google to see what people have actually built for this, because as you'll see when we go into the game, it looks really, really cool. So I'm just making sure all these green boxes here are all running and everything seems absolutely spot on there. Now that these packs have finished installing, it is going to ask me to restart. There you go. So just restart the application as you would do any other application. It'll relaunch there, and here we go. Now, as you can see now, all of the boxes at the top part of that section there are actually all in grey. So they are all up to date. So that's really important before you actually start to use this. This central box here just has lots of information about what's happened to the configuration as Crew Chief has loaded up. So again, if you've got some weird problems, it's worth having just a quick look in there. You've got your message volume and your background volume, and do make sure that your playback devices are correct as well. This name piece then at the top right hand corner is really important, because this is what the game is actually going to call you as it's giving you all of the information through the races. So I'm going to see if Spats is on there. It's very unlikely, I know, but we can check. We can absolutely check. But if not, then I'll use my first name. So let's see where we are. Doesn't look like there's going to be a Spats on here, although there are a lot of different names on here. Do also check on the forums, because if your name is not on here, then you can check in the forums and somebody might have done that personalization. So my first name is John, so let's have a look what we've got. We must have a John on here. We must have a John. Here we go. So we've got John and we've got Johnny. So I'm going to pick Johnny there. So once you pick your name, it will say you need to restart again. So press OK. And we'll just move that into the middle again. So you also have a chief voice and you have a spotter voice. So these two people are giving you different bits of information in the game. So the main chief voice is just a default, but let's choose a different voice for spotters. And obviously, guys, you can go through these and try these out and see which one you like. But let's choose Billy there. And again, it's probably just going to load that into the background and just a quick restart again. So we've got my name set up, we've got the chief name set up, and we've got the spotter voice set up. Now in this properties piece here, I'm not going to go through this in any kind of detail, but what this does do, it shows you all the configuration of where the games are that this application will support. So this application supports games from R Factor to Assetto Corsa to Dirt Rally and lots of other sim racing games. So do have a check through here as well. And I didn't mess with anything on here to get my Assetto Corsa up and running with this. I think it puts a lot of these configuration files in automatically. But if you are having problems with a particular game, or indeed if you do move your game files, it's worth looking through here and making sure that it's picked up the right parts of information for this configuration of Crew Chief. Let's just exit out of this piece then, and I'm just going to go to these bottom areas here on Crew Chief and just show you how it works with your controllers. So available controllers, you can see there's nothing there, but if I do scan for controllers, you can see at the moment I've got my joystick plugged in and it's picked my keyboard. Now the available actions, you can then take any of these actions and you can assign them to any of your controllers, whether that's keyboard, joystick, or obviously it will be your steering wheel when that's actually plugged in. You can also add and remove to this list. So you can see here we've got some that are set up and some that aren't. So any of these can be assigned. So just make sure that if you look through here and you find something that you really want, that you actually move it across, and then you can assign it to whatever key on your keyboard or on your controller that you wish to put that on. The last thing just to show you then is this voice recognition mode in the corner. So I don't normally use a mic when I'm actually playing my racing games, but here you can actually choose to have voice recognition. So therefore you can give commands to your chief and you can hear different pieces of information back. So that's pretty cool as well. And just to show you how to assign a particular key here, if I click on keyboard and I click on talk to chief, it's not assigned. I click on assign control and I've actually pressed a button on my keyboard here, and as you can see that's actually registered, and you can see it in the config box at the top there as well. The last thing to do then is choose the game that you want to use it on. Assetto Corsa 64-bit for me. Start application, and this application runs in the background, but you can still use Content Manager to start your game as per normal. This is just running in the background.
Radio check. I'm your spotter for today.
And that's confirmation.
5 laps. Let's make them count. Get ready, mate.
And as you can see, you get a fantastic confirmation there that it's actually running, and then we're on the grid.
Go.
All right. Hold your line. Easy, hold your line. Clear right. On your right, in the middle, 3 wide. Clear. Car on your right. All clear on the right.
Crew Chief really creates an immersive experience here.
Car looks fine, no significant damage. 30 litres remaining. We're not seeing any significant tyre wear. Take it easy, you've got cold tyres. Your brake temps look good.
Car on your right. Clear on your right. On your right. Careful, still there. Clear on your right.
Yellow flag, watch out.
On your right. All clear on the right.
Evans is now leading.
Easy, hold your line. All clear on the left.
The gap to Agnes ahead is increasing. It's now 1.8.
Careful, car on your right. Still there. Clear on your right.
15th place. Well done, Johnny. Good pass. Eyes front.
Car on your left. You're clear left.
Good stop.
Careful, car on your left. Clear left.
There's no significant damage. 30 litres remaining. Your tyre wear looks fine, mate. Your tyres are cold, watch out. Your brake temperatures are fine, mate. E16. We've just cut the track. We need to slow down and give back some time.
Car on your right. On your right. Still there. Hold your line. All clear on the right.
And you heard there as well some of the great updates you can get from the Chief on the status of your car.
Car on your left. Hold your line. Clear left.
So guys, that is your introduction to Crew Chief. I think this is a fantastic app and it really adds to the realism in Assetto Corsa. So I know I've done a few videos recently about all the different HUDs and all the different aids you can get. This takes it right back to just you and the car and your pit crew advising you how you should be racing in Assetto Corsa. Really cool stuff. Do also check out the compatibility list when you get this app, because this can be used on all sorts of different sim racing games, so it's worth checking out that list. I will definitely be using this on the new game I'm bringing to the channel, which is Dirt Rally 2. I hope you've enjoyed the videos, guys. Thank you so much for watching and spending some of your time here today. As ever, if you do like the video, giving me that thumbs up really helps me with the YouTube. And if you are new here, check out the rest of the channel for all those sim racing videos. And if you do want to come along for the journey, clicking on that subscribe button would be fantastic. See you soon then, guys.